Not necessarily better or worse, but how are we different as millennials and zennials than our mothers and grandmothers? And a couple of things that I thought about was, this might get a little touchy for people, but the things that we have at our disposal now that
Mhm.
they didn't back then, like divorce, right? How many of our ancestors stayed
Ooh.
in situations that they could not leave because women couldn't purchase houses, they couldn't get credit, or they
Ah,
couldn't vote,
come
they
on.
couldn't sign a lease, they could barely get a job really that paid anything, and if they did, who was going to keep them kids?
And that
So they
wasn't that long
stayed.
ago,
Yeah,
right?
it really wasn't.
It
Not at
wasn't
all.
too long ago.
So unfortunately, they stayed in situations that were bad mentally or physically. They stayed in situations where there were outside children or loveless marriages or whatever. And, I thank God that we don't have to
Mm,
deal with that anymore. But again, I think that mimicking what we saw, some of us
yes.
still do that, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is kind of what my message is to people that may be listening. Like, we don't have to do that anymore. you know Fortunately or unfortunately, those before us suffered through that, so we don't have to.